Hi, I'm Nick Ray from UK Gardening. I had a problem with my tomato seedlings this year. I sowed the seeds in late March, and a very kind slug seemed to go through and take a fancy to them, so I actually ate a lot of my seedlings. I ended up with was half a dozen tomato plants here. I then did a subsequent sowing, but I really don't know why, but those seeds didn't actually germinate. I then did a second sowing, or even a third sowing, and they still didn't come up. They've actually just started to come up this weekend, but they're very small, weak seedlings. So I thought I'd just do a quick video on how to actually do cuttings from tomato plants. You see here that we've actually got some side shoots coming out here, and what we actually do is go and take a transplant of those. Here you can see my surviving plants. I've got probably half a dozen, and if I bring the camera down, you'll see that they've actually got little side shoots. Now I grow my tomatoes as cordons, which just means a single stem, and then the tomato trusses form on there. But at the leaf joints, you'll see that there's a small side shoot coming up there. And what I'm actually going to do is take those off and actually pot them up. I've got some small pots here that we're going to put the cuttings into, but first of all we need to fill it with compost. Well, this is just regular compost straight out of the compost bin. Tomatoes are quite hungry, and whilst you might get some little seedlings coming up from the compost that haven't actually rotted down, you'll easily tell the tomato plants from anything else, which you can obviously pull out later. So we fill these 4 pots. Fill them nice and full. Break up any large lumps, and then just gently push them down with your fingers. And what I can do, or what I like to do, is actually just use one pot to firm the other ones down, like that. And now we've got fairly firm compost there. Now, if you take one of these plants, you'll see that these are the side stems. And if I just nip one of those out, I'll try and take it out so that you can see on the camera. Just nip it out with your finger and thumb like that, and you end up with a very small plant like that. And get a dibber. I've just got a pencil here, but you can get specific dibbers. Just create a little hole, put the stem down, and then push the soil in. Now I've got a little stick in there, so obviously get rid of that. Just push that down gently firming it into the pot. I'll do that again. I've got this one. I mean, you can take them at any stage, but these are obviously quite small young plants. And I've actually seen I've got another seedling growing here, so it obviously didn't come out when I potted them up in the first place. But yeah, so just nip that bit off, take it by the leaf, little hole in the compost, poke that in. It doesn't really matter how deep they are. In tomatoes you can almost bury them just leaving the top leaf, and they'll still come through. And even if your tomatoes get a bit leggy, you can just wind them around the inside of the pot, which is what I've done in previous years. So just pop it in there like that, and then I'll just do one more. Being careful not to break the parent plant, obviously. By the leaf, little hole. Pop it in there, firm it down nicely, and then most importantly you have to give it a water. The water actually just makes sure that the soil is or the compost is in contact with the stem of the plant, and within a couple of days those tomato plants will actually start growing, and it won't be long before they catch up with the others. And that is a very good way of increasing your number of plants. I just firm those down a bit more, and that's it. Pop them somewhere warm, and as I say, in a couple of weeks they'll have caught up with other ones. Thanks very much for your time.